So I just bought the nastiest house in the entire city without ever even stepping foot inside it. In today's video, we're gonna walk it together for the first time and see how bad this place truly is. Then at the end, we're gonna break down numbers and we're gonna find out if this was a great buy or if this was a huge mistake. So I hired a trash out crew and they've actually already started work here getting all of the things out of the house and just off of the property. And when I first pulled up today, they came out to my truck and said, this is the worst house that they've ever been inside. If you're new to the channel, I buy a lot of different houses. Some of them are super easy flips. Some of them end up being massive renovations. And sometimes we really don't know what we're up against until we walk in the front door. And that's kind of what I think we're dealing with today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I think this one's gonna be an interesting one. Oh, and one more thing. When I was talking to the trash out crew, they actually told me, wait until you see the back bedroom in this property. Make sure you bring a mask with you. You're gonna need it. I don't know, they didn't go into too much detail there. Either way, I'm bringing a mask. We're gonna head inside here together and figure out what the heck is going on. So let's go take a look. I'm gonna put this mask on just in case they were right. Or at least have it ready. All right, let's go check it out. So some of the first things I'm noticing as I'm just walking up to the front porch is just the amount of junk on the outside of the house. I can only imagine what the interior is gonna look like. I mean, look at this. This is wild. In every step that I'm taking closer and closer towards the front door, I can literally start to smell, I can't put my finger on it, but it's something. All right, we're going in. Oh my God. He wasn't lying. It's time to mask up. Holy smokes. Look at this place. Guys, keep in mind that we've already took loads and loads to the dump. Like, I can't even imagine what this place looked like before the trash out crew got in here. What in the world is going on here? Dude, this is crazy. Oh, whoa. That's not good. So we got a soft spot in the kitchen floor here. I mean, at this point, I'm just trying to figure out, which we're gonna find out here together by the end of this video, if we think this thing is even able to be salvaged or what we're gonna have to do here. So we're gonna keep walking it. Hopefully it gets better and doesn't get any worse here. But again, we still haven't even got to that bedroom that the trash out company warned us about. So before we do go to that back bedroom, I do want to just check out the rest of the house here. And we can't even get into the backyard, it doesn't look like. We're gonna find out if we can, but as you can see there, there's just brush growing all the way up the window there. Whew, trying to keep my mask on as much as possible. I don't wanna breathe this, I mean, it's just disgusting. So what we do have here is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It is a manufactured home. It is not that old, which I think it was built in the early 2000s. So to be honest, I'm a little surprised that it is in this bad of shape, being that it's only, 20 years old or so. It's kind of crazy. Oh God. What in the world are those? Those diapers? I can't really tell. Holy crap. This place is bad. So we're in the bathroom here. So clearly there was a roof leak at some time, I'm assuming, just given that there's a sheet of plywood over the skylight there. So I don't know if it's been re-roofed at some point or if they just screwed on a sheet of plywood to stop the rain from coming through. I don't know, but it's not good. That could be why the floor in the kitchen is squishy, just due to water intrusion. I don't know. Man, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but look at just the amount cobwebs in the doorway here. Same thing here. Holy smokes. So this is bedroom number 2. Straightforward, decent sized bedrooms. Both these, the ones we've kind of came in so far. So bedroom 1, bedroom 2, kind of just your standard sized bedroom. Nothing really to talk about there other than how bad this place smells. Holy crap. I mean, so far the kitchen is the nastiest. Let's swoop back in there one more time, get a second look. Yeah, so this soft spot in the kitchen is a little worse than I was actually even originally thinking. And obviously the problem with that is it's just an added expense that we're gonna have to deal with. I mean, at this point, it's feeling like we're gonna have to open up the floor, replace the subfloor. Pretty much the only way to fix a squishy floor is to tear it out and replace it. So just something that we weren't expecting to do. So it's an added cost to the budget. Nothing really to see here. Also, additionally, the guys doing the trash out told me they only found one dead rat in here so far. You don't say. Look at this place. This is nuts. Okay guys, so we're about to go to the other side of the house, the back bedroom. This is where the contractors warned me about. So again, they didn't tell me what the heck was going on, but we're about to find out. So let's check it out. Holy sh! This explains why they were telling me to wear a mask, and I'm glad they did. Look at this. Holy smokes. There's just mold growing up every single wall in this entire room. This is some of the worst I personally have ever seen. I mean, whoa, holy cow. I might puke through my mask. Just wet, moldy towels. God knows what else is in there, but I'm not stepping in there. Holy cow. I mean, given the amount of mold in here, there had to be some, I mean, I would think there's substantial amount of water that's coming into the house from somewhere. Maybe, I guess. Could be the roof. We'll go outside and take a look together, see if we think the roof looks bad, but my goodness. Oh, there's another soft spot here. It's kind of in the master bed here. So when dealing with any type of mold, you have to completely eradicate it. And I don't know if we'll either have to get a mold specialist in here or just start tearing out all the drywall and just replace it. Might even be easier than trying to bring any of this back. So again, between the squishy spots in the floor, like I mentioned, obviously that's some subfloor repair that's added to the budget that I wasn't expecting. And then now getting into this room, this is obviously can be a decent added expense as well, whether it gets remediated or we just tear all the drywall out of this room and just re-drywall. Either way, it's a pretty big added expense to the budget. Let's go check out and see if we can get on this back porch here, just to see if we can take a look at the roof. I'm curious if, I mean, that thing's just leaking like a sieve or what? Can't really get back there. Here's what we're dealing with. Can't really get to the back porch. Just a bunch of briars everywhere. So I don't love that. We'll go out front and see what we can see out there. Man, oh man. This one is a doozy. There is still so much junk to get out of this house. This is crazy. And it looks like they even left us with the car to deal with too. So unfortunately, I cannot get a good look at the roof just due to the amount of briars on the side of the property, on the backyard, even in front, there's just like a bunch of foliage and trees in the way for me to really get a good look at it. So at this point, until we finish the full trash out of the property, get all the briars out of here so that we can actually walk all four sides of the property, really see what we're dealing with. It's hard to pencil an exact budget, but I'm gonna give you some high level numbers here just so you kind of can understand where we're at on this deal. Obviously, my goal is to be able to salvage it at the end of the day, but after what we just walked through in there, it's borderline. So we bought this property for $72,000 and our rehab range going in was anywhere from 100 to 150,000 is what we were kind of thinking we would be able to get in and out of this deal for. And we have a ARV or a sales price on the back end of around $300,000. Again, this is all assuming that this property is salvageable, but if we could keep our rehab budget to around 120, 130,000, kind of in that middle range there that I provided, then that means we'd be all into the property for around 200,000. And then again, we believe we could sell it for 300,000 on the back end. That's a nice gross profit, but we're still trying to determine if we can salvage this or not. I'm hopeful, but again, I'm gonna get back out here once the crews are finished up here. That way I can really put some pencil to paper and figure out what avenue we're gonna go with this thing. This is gonna be a bit of a process. So if you want to see whether this turns out to be a win or just a total disaster, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll be sharing updates and breaking down the numbers as we go. So until next time, guys, see ya.